Imagine a name in history that instantly brings to mind one of the darkest periods the world has ever seen. A man whose actions didn't just change one country, but reshaped the fate of the entire world. Whenever people talk about the 20th century, one name appears again and again: Adolf Hitler. But the real question is, do we truly know who Hitler was? Or do we only know a small part of the story written in history books? Most people know Hitler as a ruthless dictator, a man who pushed the world into the devastating conflict known as World War II, a war that changed the course of human history forever. But behind that image of power and destruction, there were many strange and mysterious details about Hitler's life that are rarely discussed in depth. His personality, his habits, his ambitions, and the strange turns in his life story create a picture that is far more complex than many people realize. Hitler's story actually begins long before he became a dictator. When he was a young man, his dreams were completely different. At that time, he wasn't interested in politics, power, or controlling a nation. His dream was to become an artist. Young Hitler loved drawing and painting. He spent hours sketching buildings, streets, and landscapes. He imagined a future where he would become a respected artist in Europe. Art was his passion, and he believed that one day his talent would make him successful. With that dream in mind, he applied to the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna. He carefully prepared his drawings and paintings and submitted them for evaluation. Perhaps he believed the judges would recognize his talent and open the door to his dream career. But when the results came, everything changed. The Academy rejected him. For Hitler, this was a devastating moment. His dream of becoming an artist had been crushed. Hoping for another chance, he applied again the following year. But once again, he was rejected. Two rejections from the same academy completely shattered his ambitions. Some historians believe that this moment played a significant role in shaping Hitler's personality and future. If he had been accepted into the academy, history might have turned out very differently. Instead of becoming a dictator, he might have spent his life painting in quiet studios. But history took a very different path. Over time, Hitler's personality began to change in strange ways. The shy and somewhat awkward young man gradually transformed into a powerful and confident speaker. His speeches began to attract attention. When he stood in front of crowds, his voice carried a strong intensity that captured people's emotions. Many who listened to him felt deeply moved by his words. Some became so influenced that they began to follow him with complete loyalty. But there is another interesting detail behind this transformation. Hitler was not naturally a great speaker. In reality, he practiced constantly. He spent hours standing in front of a mirror rehearsing his speeches. He studied his facial expressions, his hand gestures, and even the tone of his voice. Every pause, every movement, every emotional moment in his speeches was carefully practiced. He understood that controlling people's emotions was a powerful tool. And over time, that ability helped him rise in German politics until he became one of the most powerful figures in the country. Another strange aspect of Hitler's life was his daily routine. Reports suggest that he suffered from insomnia and often stayed awake late into the night. Important meetings sometimes took place at 2 or even 3 o'clock in the morning. Unlike most leaders, his day often began late in the afternoon. While others were starting their mornings, Hitler was still resting. Late at night, however, he became active, planning strategies and holding discussions with his advisors. This unusual lifestyle made his personality seem even more mysterious. His health also became a subject of curiosity among historians. Hitler's personal doctor, Theodor Morell, regularly gave him injections that contained mixtures of vitamins and medications. However, some researchers believe that these injections also included powerful stimulants. According to certain historians, these substances may have influenced Hitler's mood and behavior. At times he appeared extremely energetic and focused, while at other times his behavior seemed unpredictable. Because of this, historians continue to study the possible effects these medications may have had on him. One of the most surprising aspects of Hitler's personality was his relationship with animals. Despite his ruthless political decisions, reports suggest that he had a strong affection for animals, especially dogs. His favorite dog was named Blondi. Hitler often spent time with Blondi and was frequently photographed with the dog. He took the dog on walks and kept it close to him during his time in power. This detail creates a strange contradiction. A man who could show kindness and affection toward animals was also responsible for decisions that led to immense human suffering. History is often filled with such disturbing contradictions. Hitler's appearance also became one of the most recognizable images in modern history. His small, toothbrush-style mustache became instantly associated with his identity. However, it wasn't always his original look. Earlier in his life, his mustache had a different style. Some accounts suggest that during the time of World War I, soldiers had to trim their facial hair so that gas masks could fit properly. Hitler eventually kept the smaller mustache style, and over time it became his signature appearance. Today, that image remains one of the most controversial symbols in history. Yet the most mysterious part of Hitler's story is connected to the final days of his life. By 1945, Germany's situation had become desperate. Allied forces were closing in on Berlin, and the war was nearly over. The country was facing defeat, and the once powerful empire Hitler had built was collapsing around him. During those final days, Hitler was living in an underground bunker beneath Berlin. Outside, the city was being bombed heavily, and chaos filled the streets. Inside the bunker, the atmosphere was tense and uncertain. On April 30th, 1945, according to official reports, Hitler took his own life. But even after his death, the mystery did not end. For decades, conspiracy theories continued to circulate. Some people believe that Hitler had somehow escaped from the bunker. Others claimed that he secretly fled to South America and lived there under a new identity. Despite these theories, most historians and historical evidence support the conclusion that Hitler died in the Berlin bunker in 1945. With his death, one of the darkest chapters in modern history finally came to an end. The story of Adolf Hitler remains one of the most complex and disturbing stories in human history. It is a story filled with ambition, propaganda, mystery, and tragedy. A young man who once dreamed of becoming an artist eventually became one of the most controversial leaders the world has ever seen. His life serves as a powerful reminder of how the ideas and actions of a single individual can influence the fate of millions of people. And perhaps that is why the story of Hitler continues to fascinate and haunt historians even today, because some chapters of history never truly lose their mystery. If you enjoy discovering the hidden and mysterious stories of history, then make sure to support the channel. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to History Avengers_AJ, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next episode where we uncover more secrets from the past.